Good morning, everyone. We are to the last weekend of September already. It is 6:50 in the morning today. It is a brisk 48 degrees as fall starts to be beginning. So, I'm going to get this out of the way right off the bat. Need to get to 100 subscribers, and we're going to give away a bag of 5 free baits that I use regularly. It's mostly going to be Berkeley Mac scent, so you'll get like 1 day's worth of bait. So let's get to 100, and then we'll continue on up to 500 and give away the free reel. So we'll do the giveaways every 100. And to my regular listeners or watchers, I apologize for being redundant and saying this every time, but if I have new viewers, I need to let everybody know we're doing giveaways every 100 subscribers. So I'm going to gear up this morning. We're going to do some top water, going to do my standard crawdads, some worms, and maybe a shallow diving crankbait. We're going to be in rocks and weeds today. We have some very calm water this morning, which I love. And yeah, so we're going to be targeting both large and smallmouth today. And actually, there's some rocks right over here, so we are going to throw on just a little ragetail crawdad in coffee scent and see if the early crowd is up for some coffee crawdads. So I'll turn it off, and once I get geared up and get everything ready to go, I'll come back on and hopefully regale you with some wonderful fish viewing experiences for the morning. So that's all. Hope all is well with everyone. Thanks for watching, and again, hopefully I'll see you in a few minutes. Be back. And we've got our first fish of the morning on the coffee craw. And of course, I didn't get my net out. So we've been about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I would say. Of course, I catch my... Uh-oh. That doesn't look like a good hook. That doesn't look like a good hook at all. Oh, okay. Wasn't me. It was just some previous. That doesn't look very healthy, though. Although he's still eating and still alive. But yeah, that's not good. So, first fish of the morning. I mean, still unbelievably healthy. Just about 18.5 inches. I want to do something for this fish, but 3 pounds, 8 ounces. Yeah, that just does not look like she's probably going to survive that, but she seems to be doing okay. And she went for the mini crawdad. See, so it's not always the size of the bait. Okay, so we have a buzzbait, but I think I'm going to switch up out of the buzzbait. It's not really making that much noise. It's a mini buzzbait. And then I have a black Max. I've got a bird's nest. It's already been one of those mornings where you're just like, this is not going to be the best. Even though I started off great. It just already has that feeling that I tied my knots, and I use Palomar knots, and as I'm getting older, yeah, my hands don't work as well as they used to all the time, and my vision's a little bit, on the downward trajectory. But I had to tie my knot like 4 times because it kept snapping, and now I'm gonna have a knot probably down by my feet because I let out way too much line without running it out, as opposed to just leaving it below me, and that's never usually a good thing. But I fortunately got away with this one. So yeah, just okay. Give you a little bit of a adjustment there on the breakage. A little bit better. Casting is no good though. Mine, not the rod. So yeah, there's plenty of surface activity so far this morning, but I'm not sure if it's the carp or the basses is. So yeah, apologize for the infrequency of uploads lately. I had to take some time off. My wife had to go on a business trip, so I was taking care of all the animals, and we have a new puppy that kind of is not full-time maintenance. She's actually really good, but can't really plan 6 to 8 hour fishing trips when you need to do everything around the farm. So with the fall bite coming, hopefully we'll be out more often. I always miss the fall bite for some reason. Always too late. So I switched out from the coffee craw. Got a big old walleye. It wasn't ready to quit yet. Yikes, it's got teeth. Big teeth. Alright, you settle down. Zeros. Now I don't typically target walleye, but walleye are, they're fairly popular here. But that's a 4.5 pound walleye. So that would make for some good fish fillets. 4.5 pound walleye. And there she goes. That's not what I want my big fish of the day to be, though. I want a 4.5 pound walleye. Yeah, just all out of sorts today. Everything is just catching on everything. I can't tie knots to save my life. That's not where my net even goes. I gotta test my line to see if Mr. Walleye there made some frays in it. Seems okay. That was a nice walleye. 'Twas. And in like 3 or 4 feet of water. That's what I don't understand. I've never seen walleye in 3 or 4 feet of water. Well, I take that back. I just did, so. Just never any fun, though, when you think you've got a big bass and then you end up with a walleye. It's a nice fish. It's fun. But I didn't want a walleye. I didn't want a walleye at all. Definitely not the size we wanted. And he got off himself. So bonus, I don't have to deal with treble hooks in my skin. Those little ones are always a lot harder. Yoink! Okay, where? Yeah, see, this again is why I just do not love treble hooks. They just do more damage to the fish. Although, I mean, I know they're resilient. They don't get too much damage, but nice little guy. Just the amount of work to get it out when you get them hooked pretty good is just, I don't know. I tend to think of the welfare of the fish more so than anything. I'm just always trying to keep the little guys healthy. Yeah, see, I am just not having a great day today. I'm tying more knots again that I couldn't even tie myself. Yep, there we go. That seems appropriate. I can only assume that a 20-pound tiger muskie is going to come up and smack my line while I'm doing that. So, we're making our way around. Haven't really had much action since the sun started coming out. I've been trying to diversify more and more, but I just always end up going back to the crawdad because it catches everything. Okay, buddy. Be careful with you not to rip those gill plates. There we go. Oops. So, here's a fat little healthy guy. Ooh, got an active fish. He's enjoying the cooler weather. And he's off. Yeah, that was another nice 3-pounder. Oh well. Better to have hooked and lost than to never have hooked at all. Okay, it's 11:30. We've been at it for about, what time did we start? 7? So 4.5 hours. So it was not the day that I anticipated when we got off to the start that we did. We caught a 3.5-pounder right off the bat this morning, and then it just kind of fizzled out. We got a decent walleye and got some on the top water, but nothing sizable again today. So I think I may have gotten here an hour too late. Everything just kind of came to a screeching halt once the sun burned the clouds off, which is understandable. This water is so clear. So I'm still fishing up in the shallows where I should be in the deeper water, but the deeper water here is extremely weedy, so I've just kept trying to see if I could find somebody up still hanging out in the shallows. And I have not. So I'm gonna end where we started this morning. Make a few more. We are calling it a day. It is 11:30 in the morning. We do about 5 hours, so it was a productive day somewhat.